This is actually the first wrong turn movie where they actually took a wrong turn. Because in the third movie, they just get ran off the road by cannibals. In the first movie, one of them gets a flat tire because of the cannibals put barbed wire in the road, and then the other one chooses to go a different direction via a map he finds. And he ends up getting, you know, crashing into them and losing his car. But he didn't take a wrong turn. He chose to go a different way because of traffic. And in the second movie, they were literally meant to be there. They chose to go there. It was a reality show filmed in that area. Well, in this movie, they go the wrong way. They want to go to their friend Porter's cabin, but the guy insists it's the other way, which it is not. So it's pretty funny that it took 4 movies for them to actually be a wrong turn. But this movie is by far the worst one. I thoroughly enjoyed the first 3 movies, but I didn't like this one at all. I didn't even really care for the kills. Sure, they were brutal, but I've seen better. I did not like the kills in this movie, did not like the characters, absolutely nothing. And apparently, these friends are just comfortable having sex with each other in front of each other. Like, there's this lesbian couple fucking just a few feet away from a straight couple, which is just weird. And then another girl comes in and has like the weirdest funny joke insult by calling them slut monkeys. And then right after saying they're fucking like rabbits, why didn't she just make the rabbit joke in the first place? The slut monkeys thing doesn't even make any sense. Uh, they spend almost the entire time just being assholes, especially to Daniel for some reason, and they constantly talk bad about the cannibals before they even know what they are. Like, they're like, oh my god, they're so fucking ugly, and all kinds of shit like that. Deleted scenes in this movie aren't very good either. There's 18 minutes of deleted scenes and only 2 that really add anything. There's one where they make a better plan to try and take out the cannibals, and where we see one of the characters actually have emotion and cry. Um, I mean, yeah, sure, they're sad at some points, but they just kind of move on. But in that scene, it's just like a breakdown. And they also have like, originally they were gonna open up the movie with sexism and ableism, but they cut that out. Glad they did. They also have their very own song written by a band in this movie. It was fine. These characters just suck though. They do the typical bullshit where we can't be like them, but then they immediately kill somebody right after. Like, they lock them in a cell. Kyle wants to burn them alive to get revenge, but I think it's Bridget convinces him not to, and he doesn't. They end up escaping via the hairpin that was still in the cell that they used to escape the first time, and they kill him. Not really. They just fucking put a mask on him. And after, remember this, the characters just said that they shouldn't kill them because they're nothing like them. They kill him. They kill their own friend. Like, they just assume it's one of the cannibals, even though he's stumbling around with a bag on his head, and they just stab the ever living shit out of him. It's so stupid. Especially since these characters were just talking about that they didn't want to kill the cannibals. They don't give us an explanation why they do that. Like, they suddenly change their minds. They're like, oh, they took it too far when they killed Kyle. No, they're just fine with killing now for some reason. They also literally take a vote, which is probably one of the stupidest scenes I've ever seen in a horror movie. on whether or not they should go help their friend that they hear being tortured. They hear him screaming, and they're debating on whether it's a trap, and then eventually one of the fucking people says, let's take a vote on it while their friend is being tortured. It is insane. Characters are perverts in this movie. Like, Vincent watches the two lesbians have sex. Just fuck. Weird. Why? Eventually all the characters are dead but two people, but they end up getting killed. And I knew they died, unfortunately, because that was one of the deaths I've seen promoted on social media and stuff, was how they die. Still a really cool death. It was the only death in the movie I liked, and it was the ending death. But man, this movie sucked. I really enjoyed the first three, but I didn't like this one. And yeah, that's really it for Wrong Turn 4. Generic characters being killed and contradicting themselves and dumb shit like that.